Good evening to all of you tonight, and welcome to our Medlink Students May webinar. Each one of you here is looking and thinking about how to take the next step towards achieving your dream of becoming a doctor or a dentist. I'm so excited to see all of you here tonight, this huge number of students attending such a busy period of the year. I'm sure all of you have exams, assignments going on, end of academic year is coming soon. So it's great to see how excited you are to learn more about your options to go abroad. And I promise you, by the end of this webinar, you will know everything you need to know about going to study abroad. Now, what we'll cover today in a nutshell here is we have with us today our experts from Medlink students who will tell you more about how applications work in Europe. And we have very interesting guests from a few more popular universities who will tell you more about their universities. So you will hear it from them. I'm sure most of you here tonight are looking to start your studies in 2025, and you're trying to figure out which university is your best destination. So stay tuned, because we will cover everything you need to know about going to Europe to study medicine or dentistry. Why choose Europe in the first place, and how can Medlink students help you through this journey? But if you're interested in pursuing a nursing or a pharmacy degree, this webinar is for you. So you can also be here. Now, we will be going over some of the most popular universities for international students, and you'll hear directly from university officials and current students, and we'll answer your questions at the end of the webinar. So we have a live Q&A session where you can be writing your questions throughout the webinar. Looking at who will be with us tonight. Your hosts will be the academic advisors like me. My name is Dana, and my colleague Edmund, who's a senior expert advisor. We also have with us our expert admission specialist, Musa, as well. A few special guests from popular European medical schools are joining us too. You'll meet Professor Ia from TMA in Georgia, Dr. Tamara from UHSA in the Caribbean, and Professor Davor from the University of Zagreb in Croatia. In addition, we'll introduce you to some current medical students abroad. Joining us today are Drewie, who's studying medicine at TMA, and Alona, also a TMA student. And Lina will tell us more about the Medical University of Silesia and life in Poland in general. We'll start with more about who we are and what we do here at Medlink students. But before we do so, for each of you who wants to download the presentation slides, please scan the QR code in front of you on the screen and you'll get your own copy. We have a very special offer for you who are attending this webinar. And at the end of the webinar, we will be announcing it, so stay tuned. Now we'll go over who we are as Medlink students and what our organization consists of. And the best person to tell us about this is Edmund. Edmund, you here?
Thank you, Dana. Hello, everyone. It's really great to be with you today. Now, because for so many students, this moment right here is where the journey begins. And at Medlink students, we know exactly what it looks like, not just from the outside, but because many of us have actually been through it ourselves. Now, our team includes doctors and dentists who once stood where you are now, trying to figure it all out, dealing with the rejections, navigating UCAS applications, stressing out about A-level exams, trying to get the perfect UCAT score, maybe even considering a gap year and wondering if it's the right choice. And then some of students were asking, is studying abroad even realistic? Because they all had the grades, they had the passion, but the UK system is very competitive and it can be quite overwhelming. And it's not always fair. So they did something different. They looked beyond the UK. They found brilliant universities abroad, and then they built careers because of it. And out of all of this experience, that's where Medlink Students was created. And that's to make sure that you don't have to figure it all out alone. Now, our job through all of this process is to cut out the confusion and help you focus on what really matters, becoming a doctor or dentist that you're meant to be. So what really makes Medlink students different? Honestly, It's our people. And we're not just an organization helping with applications. We're a team made up of doctors, advisors, and then support academic on-ground support team. Many of whom themselves have studied abroad themselves. And we've been through the nerves, we've been through the visa forms, we've been through the application, the thoughts of what if I don't get in, the moment of that. And that's exactly why we're here, to walk you through all of it. And here's what we help with: finding the right university based on your goals, preparing you for any entrance exam or interviews that you have. We'll handle all the paperwork and any deadlines that you have. And then we'll help you settle in when you arrive and sticking with you throughout the whole way through to graduation. And we're not just here at the start, we'll be with you, helping you adjust to a new country, or even if you're feeling stuck during your second year or getting through your postgraduate exams. We've helped thousands of students do this successfully, and we'll help you too. Because getting in is one thing, staying in, thriving, and graduating, well, that's where all the difference comes in. Now that you've had a feel of who we are and how we support the students from start to finish, let's talk about why so many students are choosing to study abroad in the first place. Dan is going to walk you through some of the top reasons students choose to study medicine and dentistry, and why this route could be such a smart choice for so many students. Dana?
After speaking to hundreds of students and hearing their stories and being on phone calls with them all the time until they arrive, while they study, they tend to tell me what they are enjoying there. There are many benefits of going abroad. One of the biggest advantages of going abroad is the affordable fees. In addition to the high standard of education, amongst the pros is having an international environment where you get to see students from all over the world. And let's not forget the flexible admission requirements. We have students who don't have straight A's, for example, and they ask us if they can get in. Whatever you have in high school, we're able to get you in. And the courses would be fully taught in English and fully recognized globally. That allows you to return home and practice in your home country. Many times I have students that tell me, I'm from this country, but I want to work in another country. Is it recognized? And many students want to come back to their home countries. So wherever you want to work, this is one of the benefits of going abroad, is that the universities are fully recognized. Another advantage is the variety. Students usually ask, can I apply to more than one university? The answer is yes. Plus, of course, the universities we have and we work with have very modern facilities. They're very well established. So you get to enjoy your studies in a new, beautiful country on a modern campus and receive the best training. Later in the webinar, we'll hear more from current students and they will tell you what they love about going abroad. I'll bring back Edmund to tell us what drives UK students to study abroad. Edmund?
Thanks, Dana. Now, let me tell you something that surprises a lot of people. Every single year, more and more students from the UK and also from places like Ireland, Nigeria, France, US, are all going abroad to study medicine or dentistry. And they're not just giving it a try, they're actually doing it. They're graduating, they're coming back and registering as fully licensed doctors. In fact, if you look at the numbers from the GMC, more than half of the new doctors registering in the UK, they all earn their degree outside of the country. Now, I know that might sound wild at first, but this is becoming a real proven route for students. And here's why so many students are choosing it. Well, the admissions processes are more flexible than in the UK. The tuition fees are a lot lower. The programs are taught in English. The degrees do lead to the same career opportunities that you would expect from a UK university. So no, this isn't a backup plan anymore. It's not a risky option. It's a smart one, and it's working. So if you're serious about medicine or dentistry, it might just work for you too. Now, let's say you've decided to study medicine abroad. Here's what the journey actually looks like. Now, most universities offer a 6-year course. Now, it's split into two big parts. The first half, that's where you learn the sciences. So you get to learn things like anatomy, physiology, pathology, biochemistry, all of the stuff that forms the foundations of medicine. Now, the second half, that's where you move into the hospitals and the clinics. And that's where you get to work with real patients alongside real doctors. And you get to start learning how to treat people face to face. And when you finish, well, you'll graduate with the title, the Doctor of Medicine, which is MD. Now, a qualification that is recognized not just in Europe, but in the UK and in many countries. And don't worry, every part of the program is taught in English. Now, the standard with the universities that we work with, this is what you'll expect. Now, if you've been wondering what the structure looks like, it's straightforward, it's hands-on, and it's world-class. Now, let's talk about dentistry because their structure is quite similar. Now, they have a few key differences that fit the profession. Now, most dental courses last between 5 to 6 years, and they're also split into two main parts. The first part is the preclinical phase, where you'll be learning the sciences of dentistry, how to use the tools. You'll also work on simulations and modules, and you build the skills that you use with real patients. Then in the clinical phase, you'll start treating real patients using high-tech dental equipment in the dental clinic under supervision of dental qualified dentists. And by the time you graduate, you'll walk away with a Doctor of Medicine in Dentistry degree, DMD, or Doctor of Dentistry Surgery, which is DDS. Now, both degrees are recognized in the UK and across Europe. And just like medicine, everything is taught in English. And you'll also get to have hands-on experience, smaller class sizes, and training that really sets you up for success. Now, maybe you're thinking, well, I already have a degree. Do I really need to start from the beginning? No, you don't. That's where the graduate entry pathway comes in. It's a little shorter, faster track, and usually around 4 years. And it's designed for students who already have science degrees in biology, biomedical sciences, biochemistry, physiology, physiotherapy, and a load more. The pace is a lot quicker. The content is a lot more intense, but it's a brilliant option if you've already built an academic foundation and you're ready to start and jump into medicine or dentistry. Now, a lot of students go into this route because it saves them time and it gets them into the field a lot faster without cutting any corners on the quality or the recognition. Now, if this sounds like you, this might be a perfect fit. Now, not everyone that comes to us starts and finishes their degree in the same place. Sometimes plans change. You might find yourself at the university that isn't quite a right fit. Maybe the learning style doesn't suit you. The location isn't what you expected, and something personal came up. That's okay. Transferring medical schools is a real option. And Dana's going to take it from here and walk you through how it all works and how we support students in making the transition as smooth as possible.
As Edmund said, in many cases, transferring can be the best solution. A lot of times, students approach us and tell us that they would like to transfer to a different university to continue their studies. And it could be a reason like the student's not happy at the university they have chosen, or they have chosen a university that doesn't meet all the requirements and criteria that they would like to have. Now, majority of students here with us today are students looking into first year entry in October 2025. However, we still get students who approach us for a transfer. In case you're one of these students, then I want to reassure you, it is possible to transfer. Now, transfers are recommended up to year 3, and they work based on subject recognition. So we recommend you to contact one of our expert advisors to check your qualifications and advise you which university would be the best fit or match to the university that you're studying in and would give you the best year of entry, a high year of entry. Now, another common question I get from students is how much is it going to cost me to study abroad or to go abroad? So we'll go over the living costs and the tuition fees in Europe a bit. Going abroad is a big step and a big commitment. And the good news is that whatever your budget is, we are able to help you study at one of the top universities with very reasonable fees that suit your budget. When we talk about the fees with students, I often get asked if a student has a higher, or if a university has a higher tuition fees, does it mean that the quality of education is higher? The answer here is no. Tuition fees are related to the economical situation of the country that the university is located in. As you can see in front of you on the screen, we have a list of countries where you can see the tuition fees per year, where the fees range between 4,000 euros a year and can go up to around 30,000 euros a year. And on the other side, you can see the living expenses per month. So whatever your budget is, don't worry. We are able to help you study at one of the top universities without having any financial burden on you or your family. You can go to a university that has high standard of education, worldwide recognized degree, fully in English, without having to pay more than what you can afford. We are here to help you achieve your dream, and that's the main priority, and become a phenomenal doctor. So whatever your budget is, we're able to help you find the right university. Now, next up, we will discuss what the admission requirements are and how we help you. I want to bring in one of our senior admission specialists, Musa, for more details about this. Musa?
So I'd like to welcome you within the Medlink Students webinar. I am so excited to see a lot of ambitious students with us today. So this is an exciting moment in your journey of becoming a doctor, and we are here to help and support you throughout this whole thing. I'm Musa from the admissions team at Medlink Students, and my role is to guide you and support you during this journey. Now, let's talk about what you will need to do your application to a university and start your medical studies. Now, most universities would require a high school diploma or equivalent, mainly with strong grades in biology, chemistry, physics, or mathematics. But if this was not your path in high school, then you would need. There are also other universities that would allow equal opportunities to all aspiring doctors. Now, if English isn't your first language, you will need an English proficiency certificate to show your ability to speak English, and we are here to support you to do that as well with ease. Now, if you have already finished high school and you are looking to transfer into a medical university, then you will need an official transcript for that purpose. I know that choosing a university can be a big decision, and it is. That's why our advisors are here to help navigate your options, whether you are prioritizing affordability or location or specific academic opportunities. Now, we also understand that the application process itself can be redundant and daunting. For that, from preparing to the entrance exam to getting your documents in order and even preparing for the interview. And we are here to help you make everything as smooth as possible. At Medlink Students, we pride ourselves with the relationships and connections we built with our universities across Europe. This means we stay up to date with all their requirements and processes. And in another word, we know the steps from A to Z. And so you can always have accurate information and personalized advice to your specific case. The medical journey is challenging, but incredibly rewarding. And it's not just about becoming a doctor. It's much more. It's about shaping the future, making a difference, and realizing the potentials you've always known that you've had. And we are here to help support you and see you succeed. Now, to see the topics from our students in the year 2024, back to my colleague, Edmund. Edmund?
Oh, thank you so much, Musa. That was really informative. So, at this point, you're probably wondering, okay, but where are the students actually going? That's a fair question. Now, every year we work with thousands of applicants, and some universities really stand out, not just because they're well known, but because they're consistently delivering the results. And these universities, they offer globally recognized degrees, courses that are taught in English, and a supportive environment for international students who really thrive. They're popular for a reason. They've helped students from all walks of life start successful careers in medicine and dentistry. So let's take a look at where Medlink students have been heading this year. Well, all around the globe, many choose places like Georgia, Latvia, Bulgaria, Hungary, Czech Republic, Poland, and even the Caribbean. And now that you've seen where all the students are applying, let's take a closer look at the universities themselves. Over the next few slides, we're going to spotlight some of the in-demand schools with insight from the representatives and, in some cases, the students who are studying there right now. So you get a feel for what they offer, what makes them different, and how they might align with what you're looking for. So if a name catches your eye, pay close attention. It could be where you'll be starting potentially this year. Now, let's dive in and ask Dana to take us to Georgia first. Really exciting.
Thank you, Edmund. One of the most popular universities for our students is in Georgia, Petrich Tbilisi Medical Academy, or TMA for short. And it's in the capital, in Tbilisi. Now, at TMA, you can study medicine entirely in English and get a globally recognized degree to practice in the UK, Europe, or somewhere else. Now, the tuition fees are about 6,200 euros a year, and the costs of living are also very affordable, around 600 euros per month. There is an entrance interview at TMA. We have today with us two students who will tell us more about this. However, before we bring in our guests and our students, we have Professor Iya with us tonight to tell us more about what TMA offers and what sets it apart. Dr. Iya?
Good evening, Dana. Thank you very much for inviting me. We are working with Medlink for the last 4 or 5 years, and we are very happy with Medlink students. So therefore, it's my honor and pleasure to present today here at Tbilisi Medical Academy, or TMA as we are calling at home, all of us. So TMA is the first private medical school opened in Georgia, where we are teaching English medical faculty for the last 30 years. So we have huge experience. Currently, there are studying students from 40 different countries. We're covering almost all the continents. We are having hundreds of students from UK, USA, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, from Japan, Africa, Asia, etc. So it's very wide horizons we are covering. TMA is prominent with its excellence in education. Quality of education is our top priority, together with internalization. We are very much students-oriented university where students are having all the chances to develop their skills and to become great doctor. TMA is providing scholarships. We are happy to tell you that if you are doing very well and getting highest GPA, you'll be benefiting from the scholarship, $1,000 discount per semester. So if you are doing very well, you can get even, for 2 consecutive semesters, you can get discounts up to like $2,000 per year, which is a very good motivation for students to study very well. We have another motivation. This is like international exchange programs. We are having partners with almost 30 different universities worldwide, and we are promoting and we are providing and financing exchange programs, internships, fellowships, observerships, etc. It can be for 1 month, for example. Now for this summer, we have selected around 80 students who will be going to different parts of the world, and TMA is financing majority of the trips. For example, in Turkey, we have 5 universities partners where they will be completely free for students, accommodation, transportation, trainings, etc. We are offering other universities like 1 semester exchanges. Again, TMA is providing a scholarship there. So we have all the possibilities, and for this you have just to study well. This is like your dream to become true, and this is like in accordance to the plans and purposes of TMA to provide excellent education and to produce like top doctors, which will be later prominent all over the world. I'm very happy that we have here two students who will be later speaking after me, so probably they will speak more about this. From my side, I'll be very happy to teach you. So I'm a vice rector for university. I'm professor of cardiology, and you will be our student. So I'll be very happy to teach you later cardiology. Have a nice day, evening. Enjoy your evening, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Iya. Now, to hear the students' point of view, we have with us Alona and Drewie to share with you what it's like to study at TMA. Let's start with Drewie. Drewie, you with us?
Hiya.
Hi. Drewie, thank you for joining us today. I know your story since we went through the application process together, but for the audience tonight, could you tell us more about yourself, where you're from, what are you studying, and what inspired you to choose TMA in the first place?
So I'm from India. I was raised in the UK. We've got like very organized structure. We've got different modules, and then within those modules, we've got our syllabus that is given to us when the module starts, so we know exactly what we're doing throughout the semester. Then every 2 to 3 weeks, we'll have like progress test quizzes, which are like growth-oriented tests. And then we'll have midterms and finals. So we're always doing something. We're always being tested on our knowledge, and we're not leaving it to the last minute. So it just keeps me be on top of my stuff. In that way, it's very organized, and which is why I really enjoy what I do right now.
Okay. Well, I see that a lot of students are asking us questions in the Q&A session. Keep it coming. We will be going over these questions by the end of the webinar, and we have Drewie with us who will be answering these questions for you. For now, thank you, Drewie. And we'll move on to our next student, Alona, which is also a student at TMA. She's a second-year student. Alona?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Good, thank you. Really excited to be here.
Thank you for coming. So let's start by you telling us about your experience so far in TMA. Have you had any clinical exposure?
So everything so far been going great. I'm a transfer student, so I got right to the second semester thanks to Medlink, because they help with all the documents, so I don't need to deal with all the stressful stuff. And we had clinical experience in our second semester, and also we're going to have one this semester. So last semester, we went to the clinic to one of the biggest hospitals here in Tbilisi, Georgia. And we got to experience and see every level of the clinic. We got to lay down in MRI machine. We got to see how the X-ray is taking. We got to see surgery rooms, pediatrics, oncology. So we went through every level to see how medicine works in Georgia. And the second visit we were actually shadowing a doctor where they were taking vitals, talking to patients. So it was a great experience to see how it all works.
Okay, well, it's nice to hear that you're having a great experience. Alona, do you have any advice for students watching tonight who are thinking about applying but still feel unsure? Because it is a big step.
It is. Do it. Honestly, the best advice is to do it. First of all, you get to experience a new country. You get to meet people from all around the world. Like, I never imagined that I would go to Georgia and I would meet people from Canada, US, India, Pakistan, France, Singapore. Like, what other place can you go and meet everyone from every possible place imaginable?
How was your experience going abroad in the first place? Did you feel worried before coming to Georgia since it's a new country for you?
Well, in all my life, I moved to many countries and I studied in a lot of different countries. So in my case, I'm really used to it, let's say. I studied in Italy and I studied in the States. So for me, it was just another opportunity to learn about the culture and meet more people. I was excited about it. It's completely different culture. Like I'm used to more Western world where it's Europe or States, and here everything is different, but it's nice.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing with us this information. And I understand you're also staying with us till the end of the webinar
Yes.
to answer the students' questions. So everyone, whatever questions you have, type them in and we'll be going over them. Thank you, Alona. Now, why study at TMA? If you're looking for a solid path into medicine, Tbilisi Medical Academy is a great choice. The 6-year program they have is fully taught in English and it's internationally recognized. And this is one of the main things students care about is recognition and language. So that's the reason why they tend to choose TMA. But there's also a lot of other reasons, like your study in small groups. You'll use modern tools like 3D anatomy tables, practice in simulation rooms, and get early clinical experience. So the next student intake for TMA is October 2028. 2025, sorry, October this year, 2025. So if TMA has caught your interest, reach out to us and we'll help you apply with your application, with answering every question you have about the university to understand more about how it works. And we're more than happy to help. We do have a free phone call that we can get over with you and answer all the questions. Now, moving on from here, another very popular option for our students is UHSA, the Caribbean, particularly Antigua. The University of Health Sciences is here in Antigua, and it offers a unique experience because of the location, but also high quality of education and internationally recognized degrees. UHSA offers 2 programs in English, medicine and pre-med. We have an exclusive scholarship for Medlink students, which will drastically reduce your tuition fees. So even if your budget is a little bit lower and you can't afford to pay, for example, 25 to 30,000 euros a year, your tuition fees with Medlink students drop down to around 8,000 euros. And you can become a doctor at Antigua, UHSA, and practice abroad like many other students. And most likely, what students love about UHSA is the opportunity in the last 2 years to practice in one of the countries that the university has affiliations with. For example, we have with us the UK, USA, Africa, and beyond. We have with us today Dr. Tamara to tell us more about UHSA, and she'll tell us more about this and why it stands out. Dr. Tamara?
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you. I wanted to just correct one tiny thing on that previous slide. Our next incoming class is in September. So we start Monday. We have 3 intakes per year in January, May, and September, no October. So we have rolling admissions. Yeah, so you can apply anytime, and there's 3 times a year when we are able to get you in. We also, as was mentioned by Dana, we have a pre-medical program. I'm the Associate Dean of Pre-Medical Studies. And the nice thing about that is it's a 1-year program. It's very intense, but it is a 1-year program. And you do not have to go if you have a bachelor's degree already. Then you are able to go right into the medical school program if you have a bachelor's degree in a science program. If you need the pre-medical, if you are fresh out of high school, you will come to the pre-medical program. It's 1 year of general chemistry, organic chemistry, biology, cellular molecular biology, anatomy and physiology, and your English classes. It is really intense, but if you pass the overall pre-medical program with a 70%, you're automatically matriculated into the MD program, and you don't need to worry about that. I know that in Europe, they have something called the MBBS. The MBBS is fresh from high school into a medical program. And we run off of the US system that you have to have 90 credits in the sciences before you are allowed into the MD program, which is a 4-year program. So if you were to start fresh from high school, go into the pre-med, that's 1 year. The MD program is 4 years. So it is 1 year less. But I know that in the MBBS programs, they sort of use that first 2 years as an introductory undergraduate type thing. Both programs are wonderful. Both programs are excellent. I just know that there is a lot of confusion sometimes when people from Europe want to come and they're like, but I have my GSEs, I have my my A levels. Why can't I just go to medical school? And it's because it's an MD, not an MBBS. So there is undergraduate work needed previously. Antigua is amazing. I did move from there 3.5 years ago, but I lived there with my family for just over 2 years. We lived there during the pandemic, and I am really, really excited. I get to go back for orientation next week, so I am so excited to go back, and I have so many plans. Quick overview. Antigua is safe if you are safe and smart. I never recommend anybody even in the United States, wandering around after midnight, especially if you're by yourself. Be at home at dark. There's really not so much great fun stuff happening that you should be out. And that's not because it's a dangerous place, but it's because there's danger everywhere. So those are just common rules of sense as far as I'm concerned. But they do have beautiful beaches, the most beautiful beaches out of all the islands that we've ever lived on all over the world, from the South Pacific to the Caribbean. The people are very, very nice. There are great opportunities to do the student activities clubs. The education and the teachers are amazing, and I'm really excited to be able to go down there and meet the students that we have down there already, some of my pre-med students that are now in the MD program. I'm excited to see campus is blossoming and booming, and we have a cafeteria on campus, and we do have the gym. The class sizes are fairly small. We're what you would call a boutique medical school. So we kind of run it more, it has a more family feel than a gigantic university feel, and it's a little bit more personalized to the student. UHSA is the second oldest medical school in the Caribbean. It's been open since 1986. So we have a long history of medical education and knowing what to do and how to help students out. We have students from the United States, from Canada, from Africa, from the UK, and we are working consistently to get more clinical rotations in each of these countries to fit everybody's need. We do have 2 pathways. I don't want to take forever. We have 2 pathways. We have a UK pathway for students that would like to return back to the UK or Europe. And then we have a US pathway, which is more for the Canadian students and the US students that have to take the USMLE Step 1, Step 2, and the residency. If Medlink students would like to, if the UK students would like to do the US pathway, then the tuition is a little bit different. They do have to pay the full tuition because there are those major exam fees written in. I will tell you, either option is fantastic. If you go through the UK pathway, that is a definite discount that you guys are receiving on tuition, and that's amazing. The classes are the same until you get to term 6, and then things change a little bit, but that is something that you guys can decide like by term 3. So it's not a difficult thing if you come in with the UK pathway and want to change later. Yeah, I'm really excited to get to have some of you in my classes, and I wish you the very best of luck, no matter which university you choose to go to. Thanks.
Well, thank you, Dr. Tamara. That's more than exciting for us. Now I want to go and study there and be in your classes. Thank you for this description and this explanation about how the course works. And thank you for correcting one of the informations we mentioned in the beginning, which is the intake. So to just shed light on it, UHSA has 3 intakes a year. We have January, we have May, and we have October. So
September.
September, yeah.
And that's for the pre-med and the MD.
Exactly. So whether you're doing a pre-med or MD, you can start at these 3 intakes. So as soon as possible, basically. You don't have to wait a whole year waiting for admission.
Exactly. Yep. All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Tamara.
You're welcome.
Even though Dr. Tamara has explained to us really well why you should study at UHSA, I want to add a bit from my side. Beyond its exciting location, UHSA offers a unique study atmosphere with a strong international community and hands-on faculties. So classes are small. You get personalized guidance throughout your studies, and you'll focus on practical training with real standardized patients. Even if your academic journey has been a little different, the pre-med program is designed to get you up to speed with basic subjects, so you can begin your medical journey no matter where you're at. Now let's head back to Europe for another student top choice. Edmund, what do we have next up on the list?
Thank you, Dana. So next up, we'll head to Croatia. Now, this is the University of Zagreb, Central Europe. Now, this university has been around for many years, since the 1600s. And the Faculty of Medicine has such a fantastic reputation for training doctors who go on to practice all over the world. Now, let's take a look at the University of Zagreb. It's located right in the center of the city's capital. They offer a variety of English taught courses, including medicine, dentistry, veterinary medicine, and pharmacy, among, of course, other options for international students. Now, they do have an entrance test, which we will prepare you for, of course, to make sure that we have all of the exclusive materials to help you. Now, when it comes to finances, tuition fees are around 12,000 euros per year. And the cost of living, you're looking at around 900 euros per month. And that's for everything. And here's the important detail. The next intake is this September. Now, there is still time for you to prepare if you are still interested, but not too much time since the applications are already open. They've been open for a while. Now, we're so lucky to be joined tonight by the university's representative, along with the current student at Zagreb, to give us the behind the scenes of what life looks like learning, what learning is like all over there. Now, let's bring them in. Professor Devor.
Very good.
Are you with us? Hello. How are you?
Here.
Yes, we can hear you.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yes, very well.
Thank you so much for joining us. Could you tell us a bit more about the clinical opportunities for the students and what the medical facilities can they practice and their skills on to complete their rotations?
Yes, thank you. Well, I can only speak for medical school because you mentioned actually veterinary school and dentistry. So these are separate schools that are integrative part of the University of Zagreb. But I'm going to talk about medicine. So the program we offer in English is actually of 6 years. This is a standard of European Union curriculum. As already pointed out, there are 2 essential parts. The first 3 years are preclinical or clinically oriented, but the background is still the preclinical, like anatomy, physiology, pathology, pathophysiology, whereas the second part actually is devoted to clinic. But from the very first year of medical studies, there is an early student and patient contact. So patient will follow you throughout all 6 years. The campus is newly renovated, brand new, and the hospital I work in has 43 operational theaters, 1,200 medical doctors, and 6,000 employees. And we have 2 such university hospitals in Zagreb. You can also be assured that you will have a bedside teaching, a lot of practice, but moreover, in the final year of your medical studies, you will be exposed to clinical rotations that you can organize in your own country, or you can stay with us or visit any other country in Europe that has a university hospital. The setting in anatomy department, for instance, here is both in seminar rooms, but also on corpses. We also use a lot of digital stuff. We have a learning management system that harbors all important lectures, seminars, and practicals that you need to know. But this is a kind of a backup just for your orientation. We have, as I already told you, a real anatomy section, for example. As for the entrance prerequisites, there are entrance exams in now in May already on the 12th of May, but this is of course too late to prepare now for you. But there will be also entrance exams in June and July. The content of the entrance exam is physics, chemistry, and biology. I can elaborate on this later on. The Zagreb city is vibrant. It's full of cultural events. It's full of green areas, recreational areas, and it's also full of national and international restaurants. Moreover, we have a kind of a coffee culture, so there are very much open cafes and other opportunities for you to meet people and to meet your colleagues. Students are very well organized. There is a student body which is called InMed, which is in constant contact with me as a vice dean for medical studies in English. They organize a lot of extracurricular events. There is also a number of sections that are specialized for cardiology, surgery, ophthalmology, public health, etc., etc. There are also a number of sports sections, so you can be included in these activities as well. How to manage the budget? Actually, Croatia is much cheaper, to be honest, than UK, especially London or some other large urban areas in UK. So if you combine forces and find a roommate, you can almost half these 900 euros that were mentioned before. Students also organize 2 international conferences, so you can also gain experience in, pursuing your own scientific project or study and be embedded in wider international community. We have students from 29 countries altogether. It's a quite vibrant student society, and most of them are our diaspora from Canada, United States. There are a number of them from UK and also Israel. As for the tuition fee, it's constant throughout 6 years. So when you pass the entrance exam and if you sign a contract with us, there are no unpleasant surprises for next 6 years. So you have your tuition fee fixed. Croatia is a safe country. The crime rate is extremely low. The main currency is euro. It's a European Union country. So by special directives, your study and diploma are actually recognized through all member states of European Union. And what I heard of from our UK students, there is no major obstacle or problem in recognition of your diploma in the UK. We have a number of distinguished graduates now at Imperial College London. We have in Edinburgh some people, we have in Glasgow some people. many are spread also in United States and Canada. Croatia is also known as the country of more than 1,000 islands. If you recall the Game of Thrones, it was filmed in Dubrovnik, our famous city. And you know, the more I travel throughout the world, the more I realize how beautiful my country is. So please do come, try your chances at the entrance exam and get into the program. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, Professor. That was really informative. I'm actually really excited to join the university now. So, there are so many reasons to study here. This is the professors explain so many reasons to study at the university. Now, for starters, as I mentioned, the university has a course that is taught in English and it's designed for international students in mind. So you're not playing catch up trying to figure things out alone. Everything is structured, it's clear, it's focused right from day one. Now, what makes Zagreb stand out is a mix of the strong academic teachings and practical and the clinical exposure that you'll have. And you'll be learning from experienced doctors and professors, but also get into the hospitals quite early, which helps you build the confidence that you need to move through the entire course. And once you graduate, you will earn a globally recognized degree, as Professor mentioned earlier. Now, the city, of course, itself is a huge bonus. It's safe, it's easy to navigate, and it's packed with students from all over the world. It's really one of those places where you can focus on your study, but still enjoy time outside of your classroom. And if you're considering applying here, we will support you throughout every stage, from the application, from the documentation, from preparing for the entrance exam or any interviews that you have to do. And then we'll help you settle in once you get there. Now, we did have a student who was joining us. Unfortunately, they have exams, as you would know and expect from a student. So we will be moving on to the next country, Poland. And this is the Medical University of Silesia. University is located in the south of Poland, in Katowice. Very, very well-established university where you'll study medicine for 6 years and dentistry for 5 years. And you also get to do pharmacy there, for those of you who are interested, for also 5 years. The courses are all taught in English. And to tell you a bit about the university, we do have a student who we'll invite in a minute. Now, they have 2 intakes a year. The intakes are October and February, and admissions are already in place. We started getting our students also accepted. There is an entrance test, which we will, of course, support you. And in terms of the tuition fees, you're looking at 15,000 euros for medicine and around just under 15,000 euros also for dentistry. Now, the campus itself, really modern with high-tech laboratory rooms and modern equipment to help you become an incredible doctor. And they help you prepare for the real world as well from the moment you start. Now, to help talk more about the university itself, we have brought through one of our students who's currently studying there to tell us a bit more about life at Medical University of Silesia. Lena, are you with us?
Yeah, Edmund.
Hello. Good to meet you. Now, of
Same.
course, I know your journey. It hasn't been an easy one, but we are here, and I've been very excited to see, how you've grown into all the challenges you've had, and now you're studying medicine. Now, of course, I know your journey, but can you introduce yourself? What you're studying, which year you're in, and what's really inspired you to study medicine in the first place?
Of course. So my name is Lina Ibrahim. I'm a first-year medical student at Celenia Medical School in Katowice. So my journey was a little bit not the easiest, as Edmund knows, but I studied engineering in the beginning, but in Sweden, and I always wanted to pursue medicine. but I didn't, as all you guys know, like in the UK, it's really competitive to get in. It's the same in Sweden. So I put a pause on that dream for a while until I came across Medlink and I found Edmund, who talked more about the process, and it felt like I could do this. I could actually study medicine. It was not just a dream.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. So how was the support from us during the application process, during the preparation of the test? How was that for you?
It was great. It was wonderful. So you have to do an entrance exam to get into the school, and Medlink will give you all the materials that you need to study and be prepared to actually take the exam. So I was really confident. Of course, I had some knowledge from before and some courses from before I studied in engineering, but nonetheless, the material they give you, everything that they provide you with is more than enough. It really helps you. It really gets you prepared for the entrance exam. So I was not least bit worried. The support was wonderful. The help was wonderful, even with the application process and the documents and everything. I couldn't ask for a better team to help me, actually.
Thank you. I know that the admissions team will be very happy and pleased to hear. Now, what does a typical day look like for you as a student studying with the university?
So it's different from day to day. So some days we finish really early, maybe around 1 o'clock, and some days we have a full day from 8 a.m. to like 5 p.m. But what I like about it is we can see in our schedule like what day we have, how we can plan our week, like what days we can sit down and actually study for the next day or for the exam day we have the upcoming week. So it's really easy to, as I said, plan your week, plan your day, how to do it. I really do like it. And if you want to go out and hang out with friends, it's possible. As I said, we have some short days and we have some longer days. So it's really good.
Oh, brilliant. I'm glad to hear that. You know, one of the biggest concerns for students going abroad, and I'm sure you've experienced this, is am I ever going to make friends? Is there
Yeah.
anybody there that, and it's always a concern for students because they feel like they're going to be alone and by themselves. What's been the student community for you since you've been there?
Oh, the student community has been amazing. I never there. The student community has been amazing. I never felt like I was actually alone, even from the first day. I know the first day when I came here, I called Edmund up with tears in my eyes. I told him I want to go back. But even though I was felt like that, I still had friends around me, even from the first day. They were really nice, helpful, not just in my class, also the people in the first, second year, third year, fourth year. Everybody's really, really nice. Everybody is so like helpful. They want to help. They want to make you feel welcomed. The teachers as well, they know that everybody is coming from a different country without their parents, they're all alone, so they're more than willing to help you and make you feel comfortable. So that was really, really a big plus for me. It was actually really nice to be seen and heard and be like, okay, like you're not alone, we help you.
And thank you for being so open about this. I know this was quite a challenging time, and you know you settled in and you've given it a good chance. And I know there will be a student here that's really worried about going and not sure. So thank you both for being quite open about that. Have you had the chance to see the hospitals or the medical clinics yet at all?
Yeah, so it was actually really crazy. From the first week, we actually went to the hospital to have what class was it? First aid. So we actually need to go to the hospital, and the hospital is like a 1 minute walk from the school, and it's an actual hospital. I know in the UK, from what I heard from my friends, that the university is not close to the hospital, but no, the hospital is actually right next to the school. So that was really, really cool. So we went to the hospital, we had our classes. It was really, really amazing. We didn't expect that at all. And of course, we don't have that much clinical experience right now because I'm a first year, first semester. But with our course in first aid, we do get to try, syringes, putting candles, like everything like that. So it's really, really cool. Not on real people though, like and on dummies, but still, nonetheless, it's still amazing.
Of course, it gives you a good sense of what the real thing will be like when you're in the clinical years, which is fantastic.
Exactly.
So last question for you. I know there are parents watching, there are students watching, they're still not sure. They're not sure what to do, whether to take the step. And like you say, you did engineering, you put everything on the side and now you've actually done it. You're there. You're studying medicine, something you've always dreamt of doing. What advice do you have for those students who are considering it, but they're still unsure as to whether to take that step?
So what I would say is just do it. I know it's going to be hard in the beginning. Believe me, it was a really, really difficult time for me. I didn't realize like I was actually moving until the day I moved. Oh, well, okay, this is for real, but it's worth it. Like the emotions, you're being sad, you're being happy, you're struggling, you're studying, you feel like you're not gonna make it, but you make it. Like everything, the feelings, like everything is amazing. I'm telling you, it's a life experience. I would not trade this for the world. Even though if I had some really rough days with being alone in the apartment, studying and feeling alone, missing your parents, is still worth it. I'm saying that this is an experience I would not trade for the world. Never. I would do it all over again, even though I know how hard it was in the beginning. Even though I studied engineering in the beginning and feel like, oh, I wasted time. No, everything lined up so perfectly. And even though it didn't seem like it at the time, it's a pretty amazing experience. I would just say do it, really.
That was very inspiring. Thank you for being so open and sharing that with us. I can't wait for your journey. We're all rooting for you, and of course, thank you for joining us tonight as well.
Of course, thank you.
Thank you. Wow, that was inspiring. So there are so many reasons why you'd want to study at Medical University of Silesia. And of course, the course is taught in English, and it's especially designed for students internationally. So you're going to be supported from the start with clear and a structured curriculum. Now, one of the university's biggest strengths is on the academic excellence. Now, this ensures that you enter the clinical training very prepared, as you heard. So you're able to solve patient cases quite well. And you'll gain access to the hospitals, which is very much next door to the university, with experienced staff that will help you build real class skills and the confidence that you need. Now, once you're done, you'll receive a degree that is not only just recognized in Europe, but also in the UK and beyond. Now, Katowice, which is a city, very vibrant, very student friendly, it's affordable, it's very safe, very well connected as well. It makes it easy to travel to. Now, of course, as you've just explored one of the students that is talking about their experience there, they wouldn't trade this for the world. This is something that's going to stick with me, and I hope it does for you. Now, for the entrance exam that you'll have at the university, we do prepare you for, and we'll make sure that you're supported every step of the way. Now, whatever your goal is, to return home or whether to go to the US, we will guide you so that you have clear understanding from start to when you finish. From universities that you've heard about, TMA, UHSA, they offer the foundation and we provide the map, which is what brings us to kind of the next step in the segment of our journey. Now, before we wrap up, I want to tell you about something that we're really proud of, which is the Medlink Students Success Program, or the SSP. Now, this isn't just about helping you apply to any university and filling some forms. It's about supporting you all the way through your journey. And that's from the first phone call that you have. And from there, of course, we support you in terms of what you need to do. I want to bring back to my colleague, Dana, who's going to talk more about the Q&A, the questions, and everything else that you've been writing about. Dana, are you with us?
Yes. Before we go to the Q&A session, I want to go through how we help or how the process goes with Medlink, because it's important for our students to understand and know what's gonna happen when they want to study abroad. So when you decide to go abroad or to make the first step with Medlink students, your journey will begin with a one-to-one call with our expert academic advisors like myself, Edmund, and you can see our other advisors too. We listen to your story first, then we guide. We'll talk about what subjects you've taken and what you're hoping to study and what kind of experience you're looking for. Based on that, we'll narrow down the best universities for you, not just based on entry criteria, but also lifestyle, budget, and long-time career goals. So if you're unsure about where to start or how to choose which university, our advisors are here to make it simple. Whether you're aiming for medicine, dentistry, or considering a transfer, we'll help you explore every possibility and find the one that's right for you. Now, once you've chosen your university, the next step can feel like a maze if you do it alone. Paperwork, translations, notarization, deadlines. Think of Medlink students as your admission team behind the scenes. We manage the documents, handle any translations or legal steps, and make sure nothing slips through the cracks. If there's an entrance test or an interview, we help you prepare for it with the right material, with the right questions that you need to prepare, or topics, or mock exams. And of course, having always with you expert feedback. Our goal is to make the process smooth and stress-free, so you can focus on preparing on the next or for the next chapter, or maybe preparing for your final exams at high school. So after guiding or helping you to do the admission and paperwork or doing it on your behalf, and after you get your acceptance letter, it will be the time for the big move. Going to a new country is an exciting move, but it also feels like a lot. We know what it feels like and why from the moment you arrive, you feel, I'm gonna be lonely, but we will be there with you. Literally, as you heard from our students, we have a team on ground with every university we work with. We'll help you get set up with accommodation, whether it's a student hostel or a private apartment, we help you with that. We'll guide you through setting up a local bank account, getting a SIM card, sorting out your health insurance, navigating the new city, maybe finding the best restaurants if you like a specific cuisine. Our on-ground teams are in every location where we have a partner university. They are current and former students who have gone through Medlink students. They've gone through the same experience as you, and they know what you need to know as a newcomer to the country. No one can help you more than this person who's been in this position before. So it's not just about getting you there. It's about making sure you have us when you need us. Once you've settled and your course begins, university life will present new challenges. Academic pressure, navigating a new culture, staying on top of your exams. So we stay connected with you for whatever you need. Maybe it's gonna be academic advice or help preparing for assessments or someone to guide you through a difficult moment. All you'll have to do is give us a call or send us a text message and we'll be right there for you. We're like a community on campus. We're with you physically and literally every day. We run ongoing support initiatives, including exclusive clinical skills. Exclusive clinical skills sessions, exam preparation workshops, and networking opportunities with students and doctors across Europe. So no matter what comes your way, you're not alone in it. Now, all of these that I mentioned and that we help you with, they come in a student success program that we have, that Edmund was telling us a little bit more about it. So before we move to the Q&A session, I'd like to ask Edmund to tell us more about the student success program. Now you've heard how the process works. Edmund?
Thank you, Dana. Wow, there's a lot of questions coming in. Very great evening. Okay, so As I mentioned before, the SSP is not just about helping you apply, but it's about supporting you throughout. So from the initial phone call that you have through to when you arrive to graduation, to the moment you start working as a dentist or a doctor. And here's what it includes: one-to-one guidance, which is going to help you choose the right university. And that starts with the phone call. And the full support with your application. That's where our admissions team come in. We also help you with anything from interview coaching to an exam preparation, which we provide you, to when you arrive, to finding somewhere to live, to opening things like a bank account, to going to the university to register, settling in, and your ongoing academic and emotional support during your studies. And then also when you graduate, we support you with registration with medical councils, such as the Medical Council in the UK, and planning your next steps, essentially. So you become part of our student community, and you have access to all of the resources, all of the events, and all of the support system that makes such a massive difference, as you heard some of the students, when you're studying abroad. Now, so far, over 15,000 students have gone through the SSD. And with 99% success rate, it's one of our most trusted pathways to a career in medicine or even dentistry. So if you're serious about making this happen, the SSP gives you the structure, the support, and the community to get you there. So that's how we support you from day one to the day that you finish. Now that we know that you've got the questions, and this is the perfect time to get the answers. Dana's going to take us into the Q&A session, where we'll cover everything from the admissions to student life to everything else that's on your mind. Over to you, Dana.
Thank you, Edmund. Wow, we have lots of questions coming in. An interesting question here, and I'm glad we still have with us Professor Davor. Professor Davor, are you with us?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello.
So we have a question that you'd be the best to answer. Can you tell us more about the clinical training opportunities for students, and what medical facilities can they practice their skills and complete their rotations in?
There are a lot of clinical opportunities. First of all, I have to tell you that there is as I told you, early student and patient contact. There is one longitudinal course that is named Fundamentals of Medical Skills. And it has two parts. One part is actually how to talk to a variety of patients with different pathologies and different diseases. The second part is very, very much practically oriented. How to provide first aid to somebody that has fainted in the tram or underground. Then how to give intramuscular injection, or how to perform a physical examination. There is also a very richly equipped collection of mummies or simulators on a campus. And of course, you are going to get your training on simulations and then move to real patients. So actually from the third year, number 3 of medical studies, you will be heavily exposed to patients. You have to pick up a little bit Croatian, but you will also have teacher support. There will be your peers that are either from Croatian diaspora or student assistants, that we call them like that. They actively help you with the patient and how to interpret what he says. There are also a number of patients that speak fluently English, because English is widespread throughout Croatia.
Okay. Thank you for that. Thank you, Professor.
Not at all.
Alona, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
I hear that you know a thing or two about extracurricular activities at TMA, so I thought you'd be the best to answer this question. What student clubs and societies are there for students to join? And are you a member of one of them?
So I think it depends on university. In my case, we have a couple different ones. We have student organized for psychiatry, biology. So depending on the interest, and if you have enough people who are in the same interest as you can open your own and then gather up people, create meetings. So me and my friend, we actually co-founded a club recently. It's called LifeLink. It's all about how to make medicine available to everyone through social media and through the website, where it will be in a simple language. So not only students can understand it, but also all the people.
Okay, interesting. And what do you hear from students? What do they say about the clubs that they join? Are they enjoying them?
Yes. So there's like in my university, we have psychiatry, biology, Dendi, which is neuroscience one. There are also other ones that I'm not really aware of the proper names of them, but I know people join them, they go to the meetings, they create different gatherings where they go to the clinics with approval from the clinic, of course, and they meet new people, which is great, and get exposure.
Okay. Since I have you here, we have a few students asking about accommodation. Can you tell us a little bit more about where you stay, where you live, your apartment, and
Yes, of course.
describe it for the students to know what to expect?
Sure. So I got offered by Medlink accommodations, but I brought my dogs with me, so I couldn't stay in any student housing. So Medlink was able to provide me with a person who was here on site to find me a realtor who was going with me to different locations and looking for the options I need. I had a budget for apartment, so we were going around that budget, and she was able to find me an amazing apartment, which is 20 minutes away from the uni, but I get a full, it's one bedroom, bedroom to myself, amazing new renovations. So everything is great. And it was be able to be with dogs, which was the most important thing for me, that I could bring them with me.
Oh yeah, we do get a lot of students asking about bringing pets with them. Thank you for mentioning that. Thank you very much, Alona. And moving on to the next question. We have with us Drewie. Are you with us?
Hiya.
Hi. Well, you're a student at TMA too, and we have students asking about the interview. I think it was when Dr. Tamara was speaking. So can you tell us a little bit more about the interview and how it works and how you prepared for it?
So the interview is just them trying to get to know you and getting to know your passion in doing medicine and why you want to apply to TMA. So I was fortunate enough, Medlinks had like prepared me in advance, they'd given me example questions that they could be asking me. So I just prepared based on those questions, and they're pretty straightforward. It was just asking about what I've done before and why I wanted to apply to TMA, and why medicine, why I chose to do medicine, and what I was looking to do in the future. So pretty straightforward, and I think it was easier for me, and I was less nervous because I had those like questions from Medlinks as well that helped me prepare for this.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Our team will be helping you prepare for the interview, tell you what to expect, and it's the same for Antigua too. If you have to take an interview, it's the same process. Our team will be helping you with that. Drewie, since I still have you here, I think there's one more question that's tailored for you. How it's about language barrier. Several students asked about language barriers. So I'm not going to read a specific question. I'm going to ask you in general. How's your communication with the locals? Do you face any language barriers?
You have language barrier here and there because it's a completely different language from English. But the locals are very nice. So when you go out to the shops and when you go out to buy stuff, If you know a few words just as hi and hello, you can get by pretty easily. They're also very nice and they guide you. If they see you trying, they will help you. They're very sweet here. Just know like the basics and you'll be fine. All the youngsters, or I want to say majority of the youngsters do know English, so you're fine in that sense. Other than that, it's not too bad. I think you'll be fine.
Okay. How about safety? It seems we have parents with us today on the webinar asking about safety.
I'd say Georgia and Tbilisi, where I am in, it's pretty safe. So sometimes I have classes that finish at 9 p.m. But it's completely okay to come home. Even like midnight and stuff, it's all good. Like I've never had any bad experiences. I do live in like a street that's off the main road. It's a bit inside, but again, never had any bad experiences. So I'd say it's pretty safe.
Okay, well, thanks. I want to thank you, Drewie and Alona, and Professor Davor for joining us today to answer the questions. I see we have a lot of questions, but we do have to move on. But before we do, there's one more question that a lot of students are asking, and I think it's important I answer that today. When should I apply? When's the deadline? Something we've learned last year is that deadlines don't mean much in Europe anymore. A lot of universities can have a deadline at a specific time and close their admissions earlier because they filled up their seats or because they don't have any more spaces. So international students have limited number of seats in Europe. And as you know, we're in May now, academic year starting very soon. So you need to apply now as soon as possible. So the good news is that you still have time. A lot of universities are still open and available, but you can't wait or keep it longer. So let's get on a call. You can scan the QR code in front of you and it guides you to book a call. And we'll discuss what your criteria is, what questions are, or questions you have, which universities would be the best for you. So you have enough time to look into your options, choose, so we can start the process. So answering the question, when should I apply or when the deadline is, I'd say it's now, as soon as possible. Let's get started. Let's get on a call and discuss this. And I want to thank everybody who stayed with us. And I'm sorry if we couldn't go over all the questions, but we do have a time limit here. But I promise you that you will get a free one-to-one call consultation with your advisor and they will answer every question you have. Now, going to the exciting part, we do have the 2-for-1 exclusive offer that you've been all waiting for. This is an offer we have where if you apply with us to one university, we have some of our affiliated universities have agreed to join us on this offer where they will give a free application. So when you apply with us to one university, we will apply to another university for free for you for the price of one application fee. And this way, rather than have one acceptance letter, you can have 2 acceptances and more choices to choose from later on in the year. So you can scan the QR code. This is an offer for the people that have been with us today on the webinar, exclusively for you, and it is limited. That's a very important thing to mention. We only have 50 students for it, so don't wait. Let's go for it. Let's take advantage to make sure you have more options to choose from later in the year. So the QR code here helps you to go to the page where you fill in the details for the 2-for-1 offer. Lastly, as an end for the webinar, I want to thank everybody who joined us, from the advisors to the admission experts to the students and representatives of universities, and most importantly is you, our future doctors. It takes a lot of courage to take a decision that you want to commit to this degree. This is a very fulfilling and rewarding career, whether it's medicine, dentistry, or nursing, or psychology, everything related to this field, sorry for the cough, is a very rewarding career. It helps others and it takes someone who has a lot of passion and courage to take a decision to commit to such a degree, and even more courage to come to look into their options and opportunities abroad. So we look forward to having you join our Medlinks family there, and we've helped hundreds and thousands of students. We're here to help you, and we want to make sure that we help you choose the most suitable university, have the best experience of your life for the next 6 years. So this is our priority, is to help you choose the right university and the right country to study in. So don't hesitate. Let's get on a call. We'll see what's out there for you, what options you have. And I'm sure if hundreds of students have done it, then you can do it too. You have the right passion and the drive and the courage that made you come here today. And we want to see you on a one-to-one call, get to know you better, and be able to advise you which universities would be the best for you. So as an end for this webinar, thanks for joining us, and we look forward to have our call with you and see where we're going to be sending you and which team you're going to be joining. And we'll see you as a great doctor in 6 years. Have a lovely evening, everyone. And don't forget to book your call and scan the QR codes.